Good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday, the 19th of October, and I'm very excited to have a lot of people on this call from different countries. So this is really awesome. And some new people, old people, not old, people who've been patching for a while already. So welcome here, and I hope you're going to be blown away by everything that you've heard and that you're going to hear. So welcome, everybody. I am not going to tell my story now. I'm just going to give over to Stef and ask him to tell his amazing story. And then later, when I do my part, I will tell my story as well. So, Stef, just throwing you under the bus. And thank you very much for doing this for us while you're on holiday. I'm excited that other people can hear your amazing testimony as well.
No problem.
Over
Thanks,
to you.
Amanda. No, we're having fun. We're on holiday, but the nice thing about my main business, Amanda tells me it's not my main business anymore, is that I can work anywhere I want to. And the fact that we went on holiday and I could do the things I wanted to do, which wasn't really possible a couple of months back. So, okay, very, very simple and easy. You guys can't really see, but they describe me as portly short when I go and buy a jacket because I'm round and I'm short and I weigh way too many kilos according to the doctors. And that had an effect on my knees. Yes, I'm portly short. Okay, that's it. You actually get a jacket that's long, short, and then portly short. Okay, so I am portly short. My knees take a lot of strain because of that. And 10 years ago, the doctors very politely asked me to lose about 10 kilos before they do a knee replacement. My knees were okay. They were starting to give me hassles, and I was looking into this. And then, of course, being typical South African male or male all over the world, I don't listen to what the doctors tell me to do, so I went and picked up 15 kilos, which didn't do my knees that well, which meant that over the years, my knees started getting progressively worse, and wasn't only my knees, it started impacting my legs, and I was having consistent pain. My thighs, my calves, and I became sort of almost couch bound. I would get up under duress because moving my legs was painful. Walking from the couch to the kitchen to go make a cup of coffee, I had to stand first and rest before I take the mug or take the kettle. Then I stand there and I hold on to the couch. I hold on to the table. Sleeping at night, waking up 3, 4 times at night with leg pains. I then started going to gym. Now, it sounds very funny with my sore legs, but I can do bicycle. Bicycle is okay, it doesn't put strain on my legs. And the whole reason I went to gym was to strengthen my legs for when I get my operation, I would be able to do the exercises afterwards. Now, also 9 years ago, I had a quadruple bypass. And according to the very intelligent doctors, my body went into shock and it attached my nervous system. So these fingers of mine and hand and down here is not doing what it's supposed to do. So now I go to gym. I want to strengthen my upper body. I want to strengthen my legs so I can do that. And hopefully I can lose a couple of kilos by doing gym. Needless to say, as 3 years of gym progressed, I was losing a little bit of weight. I was feeling a little bit better physically, but my legs were killing me. And about 5, 6 months ago, I said to my wife, I don't care what these doctors are saying. I will find someone that will cut and put in 2 brand new knees at the same time, and I will just struggle through it and live with it. I cannot live with this pain anymore. And then one fair, fine midweek day, Amanda popped into our house and introduced us to LifeWave. And she told me about the patches and she explained it to us. And fairly desperate, I said, that's fine. Let's get the stuff. And we got it. Arrived 4 days later, very, very quick. And I patched my knee, my left knee first with IceWave pain patches. And 10 minutes later, there was no pain in my legs. Half an hour later, my right leg had no pain in it. Now, for somebody who's been living in constant pain and drinking a lot of pain tablets to sort of prevent the pain, that was an amazing feeling for me. So I started my journey with the paint patches, also used the main X39 patch, and also the Aeon patch, which is for inflammation. And I said, I'll get this thing sorted out. Well, I used the paint patches for about 5 days, and then didn't use them for about 4 days, and my legs were fine. And then stumbling down the stairs, it's mechanical issues inside my knees because there's no cartilage. My knee got sort of hurt, and I put some ice wave on again for a day, 2 days, pain is gone. I live for the past 3 months a basically pain-free life. You know, for me, that is a big deal. For this human being sitting here, that's a big deal. We just spent a week in the Kruger National Park, and I promised my daughter I'll go walking with her along the fence and looking at the game. We were in Marlow Park. And I walked with my daughter and my wife and my son-in-law, and we walked and we watched game. And even the one day I speed walked her back the last 500 meters back to the house. So that is the difference that is made in my life. I would wake my grandson up 4 o'clock in the morning to help me pack the car, and I would carry 2 bags down, and he's got to do the rest because by that time I can't walk anymore. This trip, I packed the car myself. I unpacked the car myself. I will pack the car myself on Tuesday morning when we go back, and he can help me get it into the house because he's young and fit. So, and then Amanda always tells me I've got to tell the story about my hands. As I said previously, these 2 fingers down here, you know, the old slaves had that iron shackles around their arms. Now that is what my hand felt after my heart operation. I started using the Aeon patch on my hand. I haven't got it on today. On here, started using it on here. These fingers are feeling a lot better. I've got more strength in my hand, and I don't have an iron shackle around here anymore. This is something I've been doing for the past month. Basically, every second day I would put the Aeon patch on here. And that is, yeah, that is something that I'm very, very happy to feel that difference. So in my life, LifeWave patches made a big difference. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm sharp. I'm not tired anymore. My brain's working, and I've got no pain in my legs, hardly any pain in my legs. And I can sleep and I can walk. And I'm not going to do it here, but I love showing the people I can actually plie. I can do ballet because I can bend and stand up and bend and stand up. So, big, it's funny to see a portly short guy doing plies, but it works for me. And it's just absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. That's my story in short.
That's awesome, Stef. I'm going to share the screen, but I just want to say, as the person who introduced Stef, is the most amazing feeling to know that I have the privilege that I could make this difference in somebody else's life, and having this privilege every single day. It is really an amazing privilege. So thank you, Stef, for sharing this. It always excites me. It gratifies me to hear your story every time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
So
much. Right. Now, because of what happened to me and my pain being gone and whatever, I love asking people this question. Have you been patched yet? And then they look at me as if I come from somewhere funny. And I said, guys, you need to get patched because it will elevate, activate, and regenerate. And then they got no idea what I'm talking about. But that is the story. The patches elevate, it generates, and it helps you a lot. Now, Mr. David Smith, yeah, he's a scientist and an inventor. He's not a doctor. And he focused his attention on stem cell research. Um, he's now got over 150 patents up until now. And because he specializes in stem cell research, that is what all these very intelligent people are looking for. We don't want to go old. We don't want to go older. We're trying to get people younger. And he specializes in age reversing, not stopping you going older, but actually getting younger. Now, his latest patent took 10 years and $4.5 million to get to market. Now, that's a lot of money and a lot of years. So this is the effort that he's put into this. Next slide for me, please. Now, we spoke about patents, 150 patents, over 150 patents. Patents are not something you just get. You can't just go and apply for a patent and say, yeah, there it is. You got to have proof. You got to have the technical stuff. You got to have the research that's got to be done. And I just want to read something about the patents that it says here, about the patents for the X39. It says, and for some examples in some embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptides, which is in our bodies, including the activation of stem cells, and we'll talk about stem cells now, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, which I spoke about already in my life, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. Now, this is what these patents are all about this stuff. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? I don't know who of you have got medical degrees and biological degrees, but if you listen to the people that know this stuff, they will tell you that the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. There are millions and millions and hundreds of millions of people that experience symptoms of aging. And I mean, if I look around on the Zoom call, there's quite a few of us that experience those symptoms. When you're born, all your stem cells are active. They're part that help you grow. They're part that makes you heal. They fix up little things and this and that and whatever the story is. But by the age of 30, only half of your stem cells are active. And at the age of 60, which was 3 years ago for me, you lose almost all stem cell activity. And what this basically means is our bodies are geared to and designed to fix itself. Little things like wound healing. If you get a cut when you're young, 2 days that wound's healed. When you're 60, it takes a freaking week or 2 weeks before that wound will heal. And this is all to do with the stem cells and stuff. But we'll get to that. So how does X39 work? The word phototherapy. Now, we all know that the sun is incredibly important to life on Earth. Without the sun, no life as we know it is really possible, because every living thing needs light. Phototherapy is a proprietary form of using light, phototherapy. Those little patches, you see them at the bottom right here on the screen, has got a patented nanocrystal technology, very, very minutely small technology. And what it basically does, it reflects the light that our body emits back into our bodies to activate those copper peptides we spoke about earlier in the case of the X39, and that then activates our stem cells again. These patches are non-transdermal. They have got no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. They're non-invasive. You put them on your skin. You can put them on your clothes. You can put them on a pregnant woman, on a baby, on your dog, on your cat. And if you want to, there's some people that put them onto their plants as well to help the plants grow better. And that is fantastic. The benefits of X39. I love this when Mol did that presentation the one day and she lifted up her arm and she said, look at my muscles, increased strength, reduced inflammation. I use the X39, there's inflammation in my hands, the Aeon in my knees, increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity. And when you go onto these Zoom calls, you read and you look at the testimonials of people, you will see a lot about mental clarity, brain fog that gets lifted. And it's amazing what it does in other instances. Restored muscle or skeletal conditions. Going to add on to my testimony from previously. I have no cartilage in my knees. This is why my knees are stuffed. I can feel that when I walk. They click, they hack, they don't work. 3 months later, my knees are feeling a lot better. I don't know what's happening in there. I just know they feel better. I'm not talking about the pain, I'm talking about the mechanical side of things. I get by on 4 hours of sleep a day. I now sleep 6, 7 hours because of the X39 improvement of sleep. And yeah, Last time when I presented, everything was very red and stuff. Today, it is much more clear, but there's only one person, two people on here that know me, and only one that knows me very well. Improved skin appearance. I'm 63 years old. I spend a lot of time out in the sun, and I abuse my body and my skin and everything. It is amazing to walk into a network meeting where there's 30, 40 people that know me very well, and I have 5 or 6 people come up to me and say, Stef, what's going on? Why are you looking so good? You're looking healthier, you're looking better. And that's, even in this old face, there's improved skin appearance, and that still amazes me. So, benefits of X39 is to achieve an optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And I love that. Physical, mental, and social well-being. Next screen, please. So, we spoke about all the tests and all the research that goes into these patches. This is one of many brain topography maps. This was a 77-year-old woman whose brain was scanned, done this, that had X39 on the back of her neck. And we're going to look at the session 1. You see there's a lot of red and orange and yellow there. That is inflammation in the brain and a lack of brain coherence. Session 2 was 3 weeks later after she put X39 on the back of her neck. You can see the inflammation is gone and there's improved brain coherence. And session 3, when we look at that, which is 6 weeks on X39, there's a complete turnaround and better brain coherence. You know, you can notice that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. And at the second visit, the brain has calmed down dramatically after wearing the X39 patch for 3 weeks. And the brain remained calm after wearing the patch for 6 weeks. And as I said, this is just one of many of these results. But we would love, we love to show this to people so you can actually see when you do these scans, this is not hocus pocus, pull it out of the hat. There's actual medical proof of what these patches have done. Thank you. Long-term results with X39 as per case studies, and this website's very, very important. This is itinfo.com. It is important for people that want to know more. It is important for people that want to see more testimonies. So you can make a note of this. I think we've got another slide coming up that has got the site very big up. But long-term results using X39, that at the very first few days that you start using this, 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. We saw that out of the previous brain scans. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, collagen is a big thing. There's a lot of companies that sell collagens, supplements and stuff. It's not only for your hairs and nails and stuff. It's got a lot of other benefits. So if you get your collagen increased within 3 months, that's amazing. And then something that I'm very interested in, within 6 months, heart reverses in age. When you have a quadruple bypass and your doctors tell you your heart is not so well, and you are 53 years old, 54 years old when this happens, this is amazing news for me that this can happen. So X39 is not anti-aging. It is absolutely age reversing, according to David Smith, the CEO and inventor of X39. So how do we wear the X39? Now, this is the best way to wear X39. You wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off, so your body can repair and rejuvenate. You throw the patch away? No, you don't throw the patch away. You patch your partner, you patch your dog, you patch your cat. Okay? I've still got 2 or 3 hours left for them to do some work. After 12 hours for yourself, you put on a new patch and you repeat. And when they say you can wear more than one at a time, it means you can wear X39 with one of the other supplemental patches. There is Ice Wave and Carcinogen, and there's the sleep patch and energy patches and pain patches and stuff. So X39, and then you can use other patches. The best place to place these patches is under your belly button or behind your neck, because that's where the meridians in our body come together. It is the absolutely best way to do it. But you can use it on other parts of your body as well. Amanda had it the other day on the side of her mouth because of a tooth. I put patches on my hands. I sometimes put X39 and Aeon on my one knee, and I'll have the Ice Wave on the other one. But this is the absolute best place to place your X39. And then, of course, it's very, very important that you drink plenty of water and get some electrolytes in. So, the best thing about X39 is that it absolutely works. And there's only basically 3 ways of figuring that out, is by using it yourself, by having friends and people that you trust telling you what is done to them, and then listening to testimonies and stuff of strange people. I'm not saying strange people, strangers. And I tell you, there's been some brilliant, brilliant testimonies I've heard from people. But to me, the proof in the pudding for me in the beginning was it worked for me. It worked for my wife. It works for friends of ours. Therefore, I can believe that it would work for Simon, it would work for Malin, it would work for Joan, Felicia, for Amanda. Thank you very much, Amanda. It was a pleasure sharing this with you.
Thank you, Stef. I'm always get so excited when I hear your testimony because I know it's so real. I saw you, I know how you lived, I know it's not a story. And as you're saying, that's why I love the testimonials. Every time I get on here, I just get so excited because you can tell me anything nowadays, I'll believe it because it's just really, sometimes it feels like it's too good to be true, but it is. So guys, I'm going to give an opportunity for other people to tell their stories, what happened to them. And I know who's going to jump in first. So just unmute and please tell us your story. We'd love to hear that. Simon, I'm talking to you. You still muted? Just unmute.
There we go. Okay,
Awesome.
you can hear me now. Good. Yes, I'm now 80, which is great because I've had a good life. Was very active, and my body's been amazingly good to me because I've hammered it. Army and this, that, the other, and lots of sport and so on. And I'm fairly patched up with different things, quadruple bypass, bone taken out of my hand to stop the arthritis pain that was giving me. And also 2 operations on my neck to release the buildup of calcium in the spine, which was strangling my spinal cord, and that was about 2.5 months away from, as we describe it, popping the clogs quite a few years ago. So that was probably about 12, 15 years ago. So I've had quite a few lives that a cat has. So I think we've gone through about 5 of them. But anyway, getting down to it for the moment, which I think is probably more interesting to other people with the same sort of problems. And the back is a very common problem as we get older. And unfortunately, I've got a degenerative spine. And a few weeks ago, it got excruciatingly painful. And I think I explained before, it's 8 out of 10 on the pain scale. And a friend of mine that you know, Candice, got back from Europe. And I phoned her the morning after she got back, and I said, Candice, I want to see you. I definitely need these patches. And she'd shown me the patches and given me a few about 3 months before that. And she said, no, I can see you next week. I said, not good enough. I said, either today or tomorrow. forced the issue, and saw her that day. And that was fantastic. Now, what she did was she put the pain patch, the one that they call the wave, as a center, and then took the X39, and she did a clockwork movement around that, probably about two or three fingers away, from the center of my lower lumbar. And as she went around, I didn't know what was really happening, because she said how's that? The first one at say 1 o'clock. And I said, well, I can feel your finger on the patch. And the next one, I said, she said, how's that going? I said, well, fine, just carry on. And then when she got down to around about 7 o'clock, and she said, how's that? I said, I think I've got an overdose of the placebo effect because it's my imagination. I think something's definitely happening here. Then she went around, and it took 3.5 minutes to complete that. And in that 3.5 minutes, it was absolutely revelation to me, because I've never, in my 20 years of being involved with marketing natural products, I've never come across anything like this before. And it was, to me, it was just such a revelation. It was brilliant. But interestingly enough, half an hour later, it had gone down to the threshold which I live with. It switches down to 2 or 3 on that pain scale, and that's fine. They can manage that totally. The other things that happened were also sort of incidental. Well, not so much on the one which I'll describe now, on the tooth. I had an abscess on the tooth a couple of days, and went to see the dentist, and he said, no, he wiggled it a little bit, and it was quite swollen and very tender. And he said, look, I'll give you sort of 10 days, come back and see me. Anyway, he shortened that because he was going on holiday. And it was actually 7 days later after this that I went to see him again, and he looked at it and he couldn't believe it. Well, what had happened is at the end of the first day that I put the patch on my cheek here, opposite the tooth, it brought it up to a head and it broke it. And without that, in the next few days, it had completely cleared the inflammation. And when I went back to him, he tried to waggle the tooth and he couldn't move it. In fact, it got quite sore when he pushed the gum so hard. He tried to make it hurt. So that was fine. And so that just showed me the remarkable recovery that I made in that time. So there's other things that, when I said the incidental, brain fog has disappeared completely. I really do think that I'm thinking as clearly as I was 5, 6, 7 years ago, before I went through a very heavy period of problems. I won't go into that. It's very boring. But also the other thing, I noticed that in about 4 or 5 years ago, I kept seeing my father in the mirror when I was shaving in the morning. And he seems to have disappeared slightly, because I actually saw myself for a moment the other morning, but 2 mornings ago, and I think something's. But I think
I love it.
I'm exaggerating terribly on that one, of course, but I definitely do feel that my feeling of purpose and energy has really come back to me, and I'm very grateful for that. I think that's
Wow.
enough.
Oh, I just love this call. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you.
It's really
Pleasure.
awesome. Really awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who else would like to? Yeah, Esme says you're very funny. Who else would like to give us a testimonial?
Hi everyone, I'm Esma Janse from Rensburg from Kimberley. Yeah, I started about 8 months ago with patches. Didn't really believe it's going to work. In 4 days, my first stuff I saw was my bladder improving. Usually I had to get up twice a night to go to the bathroom, and then I started sleeping through. But the most important thing for me is I've got really bad arthritis, had 2 knee replacements and 18 screws in my foot. So I've been living with pain my whole life, or from 20 years old, I think. I've been on anti-inflammatory medication for more than 30 years. Now I stopped drinking it. I feel fantastic. I'm pain-free 99.9% of the time. And yeah, I just feel wonderful. Then I struggle with a thing, my throat going into spasm. This really causes really a lot of fear and pain for me. The pain is very, very bad. And then I can't breathe. Sometimes I turn blue. And it started to happen less times. And now for 3 months, I haven't had any attack of those. So that's the most important one for me. I feel fantastic. And I think at 7 months, I just said to Amanda, I'm suddenly feeling 10 years younger. And I went to my daughter and helped her move from one house to another. And she was amazed and said, she can't believe what I can do now. And I really feel fantastic. So I'll be patching and I'll be telling my story. And yeah, just keep on going. I think that's the important thing, not to stop so quickly. Because in the beginning, my pain was worse, but I knew it was because of detoxing and of showing something is happening there. So the important thing is to push through. And yeah, I'm very, very grateful because my life changed completely. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Well done.
Isma. Appreciate it. Wonderful. Anyone else? Joanne, would you like to share? Since you're writing you don't have to put your video on if you don't want to, but your testimony is always just so inspiring to me too.
Oh, there we go. I'm going to have
Thank
to
you.
hold my phone, that's all. I've only been patching for about 3.5 weeks now, 3.5, 4 weeks, somewhere along there. But I had immediate reaction. What I had was the brain clarity, the good sleeping, and the vitality. I hadn't felt that good in years. The major problem I had was with my feet. I'm sure I have some sort of arthritis as a result of taking glucophage, which I came off. And my feet were so sore, and I've noticed they lost mobility. So I couldn't point my toes or go up on my toes. And sometimes I called it broken foot syndrome. All my foot bones, I had to bind them with a bandage, massage with castor oil and bind them with a bandage because they were so sore sometimes. And I battled to get upstairs at our church because they were uneven ones. There were those lovely old stone stairs to get to the chapel, and I had to hold on to my husband. Well, last Sunday I actually noticed I walked up without even holding the railing. I also have been able to play a bit with my grandson. I can go up on my toes again. I can point my toes. There is some pain still there, but it's dramatically reduced. And today, suddenly, I felt that it had gone another step up. So I'm happy to wait because it's early days yet. It's been a wonderful journey to feel so much better and just more vitality every day. And I even gave my patch to my husband a few days and then my daughter, and they all reported back positively. For my husband, he said he had better eye clarity, which I've also had. Floaters in my eyes have disappeared, and I see the colors of spring are so beautiful, and seeing every single, perfectly clearly. I just find it's so exciting. And my daughter said she definitely slept better when she had the patch after I'd used it. And I've now got a little dog that isn't too well, and I'm using the patch secondhand on her. So it's just amazing. And what I enjoy so much is this is such a lovely community where people share, and hearing people's stories is so encouraging. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Well done.
Joanne. It's just awesome to hear how in a few days, and every time you hear new people, new testimonials, after you've heard somebody speaking, and then a few days later you hear new things, and it's always so exciting because it's never the same. What happened to Simon or to Stef or to Joanne is not the same stories. We can't predict what the stem cells are going to do, but it's just so exciting. So thank you to everybody who shared. I just want to pick up on something that Stef and Simon said. Simon being 80 and Stef saying that there's no drugs, nothing in chemicals, in patches, not transdermal, nothing goes into your body. So I just want to share this little testimonial that somebody shared with us the other day. He's a little boy and he's probably about 2 or 3 years old, and he's disabled, and they told the mother that he would never be able to crawl. And, you can see he's disabled and everything. And then I think it's after about 2 or 3 weeks, they've sent this video where this little boy, they threw some sweets or something on the floor, and this boy is struggling, he's going like this, but he got crawling and he got to the sweets. And seeing that a little boy whose life is being changed, I just cried. It was just so amazing to see that. So it doesn't matter what age you are or what your problem is. I just say, just patch, just put that X39 on your back and wait for the miracles to happen. So I want to tell you my own story quickly. My sister Esme told me about the patches. I was not interested. I thought it was a lot of nonsense. And I was actually a bit disappointed in her starting up with some stupid things like little patches that you put on your body. I didn't believe in it at all. But then I got sick. I got COVID in March, and I got so sick that after 4 weeks, I could still not get out of bed no matter what I tried, medication and so on. And at one stage, I said to my husband, please just walk with me I want to walk outside, because after 4 weeks, I could not get out of the house yet. And I was feeling really terrible. And he walked with me, and after 100 meters, I was quite fit at that stage before I got sick. But after 100 meters, I was out of breath. After 150 meters, my heart was doing this. It wanted to jump out of my chest. That's a very scary place to be if you have to work for yourself, earn your own income, and you can't even walk 150 meters. So Esme gave me some of the patches, and the Saturday morning, I put it on the back of my neck, like Stef was explaining, and immediately my head just went thick, immediately. It was a kind of a detox happening, but in half an hour later, I couldn't stay awake. And I thought, well, I'll just sleep. And when I woke up 2 hours later, there was nothing wrong with me. Nothing. I obviously didn't believe that because it's too good to be true. And I thought, now I'll just keep calm. And the next day we went to church, and I tried to walk slowly, but nothing happened. I was fine. And the Monday, I thought, let me go walking and see if I can go further than 150 meters. Well, I walked 1.5 kilos on a very mountainous farm without a problem. And that was the Monday. That Friday, I went to a church camp, and when I looked on my watch, I saw that I had already walked 9,000 steps. I could not believe it. I felt like as if the previous 4 weeks had never happened to me. And by then, I'd already decided, I heard enough stories, and I'd already decided I want to do this. I had ice wave patches, and Esme said, just go and patch some people. And I was in fear going to patch that first person. The first 3 people was really fearful, because it's strange. Like Simon was explaining, you put the patch on and then you say immediately, do you feel anything? Do you feel anything? Do you feel anything? It doesn't make sense. But I saw miracles happen. We have a lot of people that we have what we call, they are one patch wonders, but that's not the ideal, that's not what we are searching for. We know this is an investment in your health, a long-term investment in your health. But I got 3 amazing testimonies, and I just got excited, and I got confidence. And this is all I want to do. I just want to have that feeling where you touch somebody and their eyes just grow, and it's just like, what had just happened to me? And that's the most amazing, wonderful feeling to feel. I think I can see Stef smiling because he's seen this happening. He knows what I'm talking about. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the sharing the screen. And Stef is just going to do the last slide for us. And then I'll go over explaining the business opportunity. Thanks, Stef.
Okay, guys, as I said earlier, the website, this is itinfo.com. You can take a screenshot, or you can ask the person that invited you here to give you that details. On that website is all the medical research that's been done, the patent studies, etc. There's a tremendous amount of very valuable testimonials on there. We tend to think of ourselves. We don't tend to think in terms of other people. There's a thing called pay it forward. Everybody knows about it. For me, this is my pay it forward. I tell people about the patches. And so far, I don't think I found anybody that there wasn't a testimonial for, or a few testimonials for. So go and visit the site. Go and have a look, play around there, and you will be inspired.
Thank you very much, Stef. Okay, so when I started looking into this company, I've never heard of anything like this. I thought it was nonsense. So I thought, let me just see what this is about. And then I found that this company is already 20 years old. It's not a fly-by-night company. With new businesses, you're very lucky if the business lasts 3 years. This company has lasted 20 years already. It's in more than 80 countries now, and it was a $20 million company in 2021, and then X39 came on the market, and then everything just exploded. It then went to 320 million in 2022, 430 million in 2023, and up to we're going on to 600 million in 2024. Now, you hear some people saying it's a placebo effect. Well, 600 million on a placebo, it sounds like good business to me. So the great thing is this is not a Me Too product like most other companies. There are many great companies with fantastic products, but the problem is there are so many others. And especially when the economy starts hurting people will go to the cheaper options because that's what they do. And that hurts companies. That hurt companies because, if you are in that company and there are 10 other companies doing the same thing, you might have the best product, but it hurts your business if there's many other products that are cheaper. So even if they're not better. But with us, with LifeWave, this is the only company. And as Stef was explaining with the patents, we still have 16 years left on this patent. So that is really awesome. There's nobody else that have what we have and can produce this and can provide people with the help that we can provide. So exciting, LifeWave is now ranked as the #1 momentum company in the world with multi-level network marketing. It is awesome. It's the darling of multi-level network marketing. It is just amazing. You can see the growth in the company. So if you're on here today, the question for you is, what is the most important thing in your life? What is your goal? What is your dreams? What are your dreams? Maybe it's something with family, wanting to spend more family time. Maybe you need more freedom in your life, more security. You want to travel. You want better health, like most of us want that. Less debt. You might be here we are here for various reasons, but let's see how LifeWave can help you. So this is the compensation plan that I'm going to explain. I'm just going to go back a little bit and explain to you what the different ways is that you can earn an income through LifeWave. For the first way, it's very easy. The moment you join the company, you can start retailing. It's very easy. You get a website the moment you join as a brand partner. You get your own website and somebody can buy the products from you. Like we would pay $100 for X39. The person that retails from you would pay $150. You get the $50 into your account, and that happens the moment that you join. So you don't have to carry any stock. You can just join and get your own private website. The second way is when you help people to also become partners, brand partners, and you will be paid a commission because you introduce them to LifeWave. The third way is with this binary system. Now, binary means 2, and what that means is you only have a left leg and a right leg. You put people on your left leg or right leg, and as they order products, there's more points into your team, and you get paid cycle bonuses. You don't have to understand now what it means. The person who invited you will explain it in more detail, because obviously we won't have time to explain everything in detail here. But what I mean is it's so easy. 2 legs, it's not a big structure, but that 2 legs, because everybody is there, that the people in your upline, when people are added, they also come into your team, and then this thing just grows amazingly. So this is really an amazing business plan to help you to grow your business and to earn an income through LifeWave, and you can build a great business. So the fourth way, and this comes a little bit later on, is with matching bonuses. So when you bring people into your team, you want to help them to become successful. You're not the only one that want to be successful. You help them to become successful and grow their team as well. And as soon as they start earning cycle bonuses, as soon as you are a manager, sorry, I'm just going to go back to the previous screen. What you want to become, everybody wants to become a manager, because, and that's as easy as adding 2 people on your left, that's on a certain level, 2 people on your right, that's on a certain level, or grow to a certain level, then you will become a manager, because then you open up your commission structure, and you can even you can earn up to $25,000. Look at this, each week, just from this structure. It's amazing. It's amazing. So once somebody starts earning those cycle bonuses, and you are the upline, you brought them into the company, you can start earning 25% on your first line, 20% on your second line, 20% on your third line. And this is so awesome, because now everybody is helping everybody to become successful, and you get rewarded for what you are doing in your team as well. So let's see how you start. You're going to start where you fit in. I started on the lowest level. I didn't have money to start further on, but I quickly saw that this is going to be the business that I want to do. I borrowed money from somebody, and I upgraded to the next levels. So what I want to explain, the first level where you start on is literally on the enrollment started, it's only $25. But the moment you join, you get your own website, you can start your business, you have somebody that will help you to build your business, you've got a business launch, you get direct access to all the trainings, all these Zoom calls, and your upline will help you to become successful. So the first one is on the $25, where you can then just start immediately to buy your own products. But a better option is the core option. That is where you're going to pay $295, and you're going to get 3 sleeves of X39, or you can always change one of the X39 sleeves for 2 of the supplementary sleeves. What is great about the core option is that you don't pay the sign-on fee anymore, the $25 sign-up fee. That is then, you're not going to pay that. So the third option, the advanced option, is, I think, the best option, because this is your cheapest option. Now you're going to get 6 sleeves of X39, but you're not going to pay $600 for it. You're only going to pay $535, because remember, the moment you join as a brand partner, you're always going to pay only the wholesale price. You're never going to pay the retail price. So the wholesale price is $100. And isn't this great? Isn't this a great saving? So these different options, the core, the advanced, and the premium, I always think of it as buying in bulk, because when you buy in bulk, you get cheaper prices. Okay. And then, of course, if you are really serious, you're going to go for the premium option. This is for the serious entrepreneur who wants to do the business. And look at that option. For 20 sleeves of X39, you're only going to pay $1,750 instead of $2,000. That's a great saving. Okay, so when you start on these options, you can join on these options just to be a customer who actually buys at a wholesale price. But if you want to do the business, if you want to really earn an income, if you want to maybe have your own products for free, you want to be active every month. And it's very important to stay active, to stay in the business. You start ideally with a 1 sleeve subscription. But if you want to really seriously do the business and earn an income, you're going to be on a 2 sleeve subscription. In other words, maybe a X39 and an Eon, or X39 and an IceWave. That would be a great way to start, and just to show people what these batches can do. All right, let's go to the next slide. As Stef was saying, we've got this is it info.com, where you get great information. But once you join, you will also get access to this website. This is team.com. And here you will learn how to grow a business. You will never be alone. You don't have to be clever. You don't have to know everything about all the products. What you do is you get a result, and you invite people to the Zoom calls. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be clever. You know, it's so easy. All you have to know what to do is you take that little patch, you peel the adhesive off, you put it in the back of your body. That is what you need to do. And you say, I don't understand how this works, or what's going on. Just get onto the Zoom call. That is how easy it is to do this business. Okay, so now is your time to make your move. I want to ask you, are you serious about your dream? That's what we spoke about earlier on. Maybe a better income, better health. Maybe you want to go on holiday with your exotic holidays. Maybe you want to have more time with your family. You obviously want to have a healthy family. There's hope for your future. LifeWave and X39 is the answer. And now is your time. to get involved and to change your life. And also, as you heard the testimonies, change other people's lives as well. I'm going to stop the sharing now. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that was here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for every single person who shared, because your testimonial is changing lives. I'm going to stop the recording now just to keep it short. And then we're going to have a time where you can ask questions just informally, and we'll just speak then. So let me just quickly stop the recording. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Stef. You did an absolute awesome job.